Hey, I'm Jesse Hunt with Unofficial. We're a web design and digital marketing agency located in downtown Memphis. Since 2002, I've been helping Mid-South businesses just like yours improve their websites and find more customers on the internet. Today, I'm going to perform a video website audit on your website that'll show you some areas for improvement that might be hurting your business. The entire audit will take 15 to 20 minutes and should leave you substantially more informed about what's working and what's not working so well on your website. I hope you'll find the audit informative and that you'll keep me in mind if you ever need some help working on your existing website or building a new one. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's get started.
Hey, so as you can see, we're on your homepage here, www.redstreeservice.com. And first thing, it seems like this is a different website than what I originally looked at back before I emailed you. If my memory serves me right, your website was looking different than that. I actually went to a tool on the internet called the Wayback Machine to see if I was losing my mind. And as you can see, it looks like this is what your website used to look like. So I'm curious when you made the switch over to this new website, if this is something very new or if this has been up for a while. So anyway, basically what I want to do here, I'm going to scroll through, I'm going to look at a few pages on your website, I'm going to make some comments on the things that I'm seeing, tell you what I think is good, what I think could use some improvement. We'll look at a few Google search results. We'll see how Google's viewing your website, how you're doing in the search engine rankings. And then from there, I'll come back to your website and we'll talk about a few of the technical things that are happening behind the scenes on your site. And then we'll go from there. So when I first land on your website, obviously I noticed this background picture. Overall, I like the design of your website. I'm not sure that this background picture speaks to me necessarily. I guess when I think of a tree service, I think of guys strapped in and climbing up a tree or in the top of a bucket truck or something. And this picture, when I first looked at it, it was a little hard to figure out what I was looking at. And I started looking a little closer, and I realized I'm looking at some cut tree limbs and stuff. But I guess I wonder if maybe this picture could do a little better job of describing what you do. The other thing I'll say, a couple things. One, I'd like to see some phone number information up here in your header somewhere. I do see that you've got a call now button, but if I were wanting to call you right this second while I'm looking at your computer on my phone, this doesn't show me what your phone number is. So I'd love to see your phone number right there. You've got this get a free quote button. I think it would do better. I think you'd get more leads from your website if you had a contact form on the homepage so that there's never an extra click necessary. You never have to leave the homepage in order to request that quote. So I would recommend putting a little form up here somewhere, making it very, very obvious, so request a free quote, arrow pointing to it or something, really draw some attention to it. I think you'd find that, excuse me, I think you'd find you might get more leads from the website if you had a form there on the homepage instead of making people take that extra click. As I scroll down, the other thing I'd say on your homepage, I feel like maybe there's not quite enough text. If I had to guess, I'd say this is maybe a couple hundred words of text. Google really loves a lot of text. Google doesn't understand pretty pictures. They understand text content. And so by adding additional text to the website, I feel like you could improve your search engine rankings. As I scroll down, I like the services section you've got here. I think Treehouse Builders is particularly interesting. I think that's really cool. That's not something I've seen on other websites. Firewood, tree trimming, tree stump removal. I think all that's good. Like the logos here. And I particularly like that you have your contact information down here. I would encourage you to have your phone number, your physical address on every page of the website. Google looks at your business name, address, and phone number, and they want to see that it's consistent across every page of your website, that it's consistent with your local listing on Google's website, and then that other websites across the internet all use that same consistent information. And when you get that name, address, and phone number consistent across all the other websites, it really improves your ability to rank in the local search results. So it's good that it's here. Let's click to your About Us page and let's see if it's at the bottom of that page as well. So yeah, so this looks like it's universal. This is a footer. It's going to be the same on every page. I'd probably recommend putting your business name right above it. So Red's Tree Service right there. But glad to see this is here for sure. Let's look at a few of these service pages. Emergency tree care, for example. Let's just see what you've got there. And I'm not going to click through every page, just want to give you the highlights here. Okay, so again, I think you need more text here. This page, I'm just guessing without counting this, but this is probably 75 words of text. I think you need to have greater than 300 words of text on all these services pages. That's going to help you a lot with your search engine rankings. So definitely consider adding more text. You might also consider adding more pictures, just because to Google, the text really matters. To your visitors, they want to know that you're the right person for the job, and there's 2 ways you can do that. Or 3 ways really. You can illustrate that you're the right folks for the job through the text, writing about what you do, by including lots of good pictures that show what you do. And then finally, by incorporating video into the page. Video really does a great job at succinctly describing who you are as a company and what makes you good at what you do. So I would consider trying to incorporate all of that into your website a bit. Again, here, we're on the Treehouse Builders, which I think is an incredibly cool service that you probably don't have a whole lot of competition for in the search engines. And here we've got probably less than 50 words. So you're kind of shooting yourself in the foot there. You've got a page here that could really do a good job at drawing business to your through your website, but there's just not enough content or pictures or just not enough information to really get the job done. So I think that could definitely be improved. Click over to your blog real quick. Now, when I go to your blog, like this post here, posted Wednesday, December 2nd, 2015. So as you can see, it's been 5 months since this was updated. It just looks like it's kind of abandoned and like nobody's paying attention to it. So I'd encourage you to, if you're going to have a blog on the website, post to it at least once a month, and more than that if you can, but at least once a month, to let people know that you're still there and still present and focused on your website. All right, let's go to this Contact Us page. And yeah, I think that's got all the important stuff right there, so that looks good. Let's check. I'm going to pop 2 tabs open here and check and make sure your Google Plus works. And it does, so that's good. And your Facebook page, and that works, so that's good. All right, now going back here, I talked a few minutes ago about your business name, address, and phone number. So in my business, there's an acronym for that. It's NAP, N-A-P, name, address, phone is what it stands for. And Google wants to see that it's consistent from your website to the Google listing and then across all the other websites on the internet that talk about you. The more you get that information to match up, the better you rank in Google's local results. Google considers that a trust factor whenever all of your information matches everywhere people are talking about you. So when we're here on your contact page, you see Red's Tree Service, 1814 Thomas Road, Memphis, Tennessee, 38134, and then your phone number, 901-848-5323. Now, over here, let's close that tab real quick. Over here, I did a quick Google search for Red's Tree Service Memphis, and I was really wanting this local result to pull up here. So, if you look here in Google's database, they've got Red's Tree Service, but then your address is listed as 830 Walnut Bend Road, Arlington, Tennessee, 38002. And then your phone number is correct, 901-848-5323. But this address mismatch could really be a big deal. This could be costing you local rankings beyond a shadow of a doubt. So this really needs to match up with your website. Whichever one is correct needs to be the one that you use. And then I would encourage you to try to get that changed across the internet as well on Yellow Pages sites and directories and other places where people have your business listed. You want to go and try to clean up all those name, address, and phone number listings to make sure that they're all using the right address. And just as an example, so here's your website, 1814 Thomas Road. Here's your Google Plus listing. As you can see, Google Plus has you at 830 Walnut Bend. You come to Facebook. Facebook has you at 814 Thomas Road. So there's just inconsistencies from site to site. And I guarantee you, if we come back over here, let's copy this real quick. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to search Red's Tree Service, and then I'm going to paste in that address. So Red's Tree Service, 830 Walnut Bend, Arlington. And I bet you we're going to find a whole bunch of directories here. Yep, see, here's a White Pages directory. Here's Angie's List. Here's MapQuest. Here's Yellow Pages, Manta, B2B Yellow Pages. all these have that Arlington address. So if I assume that your website is correct with this Thomas Road address, then you've got a whole bunch of websites on the internet that are all using the wrong contact information from you. And that could definitely use to be cleaned up. You can do that manually by going from site to site and requesting them to clean it up. Or if you want to take the faster approach to that, give me a shout and we can help you with that. We can automate that process for you and make it where it's just hands off for you, and we help you to fix all those listings and help you improve your search engine results. Let me close a few tabs here real quick. All right, so next up here, this is a tool provided by Google to website developers. This is called the mobile friendly test, and this scans your website to see if it's mobile friendly. Google wants to see that the traffic they're sending you for people on mobile devices, that you're providing a good experience to them, that the website is easy to use on a mobile device without having to pinch and zoom in and all that good stuff. As you can see, Google says, awesome, this page is mobile friendly. So I'm not going to talk too much about this because you've got this part right. So good job on that one, and we'll just move on from there. All right, next up here, I tried to put myself in the shoes of somebody who might be a prospective customer of yours. And I said, if I was looking for the services that these guys provide, what might I type into Google in order to find a business to help me with that? And so the first keyword that came to mind for me was just Memphis tree service. The first thing we see here is what we call a 3-pack or Google's local results. This is really the section that has the most profound impact by that name, address, and phone number thing that we were talking about. As you can see, you're not showing up in these local results. Now, don't get me wrong, there's other things besides your name, address, and phone number that go into this local ranking, but that's a huge one. And I think that's probably holding you back here. And I think there's a big opportunity to rank in these local results with a little bit of work. So these results, when they're at the top of the page like this, drive a substantial portion of the traffic. So if ranking here and getting this traffic and keeping those people from going to Memphis Tree Service or Arbor MD and instead coming to you is something that's desirable to you, then give me a call and let's talk about that. I think I can help you rank in these search results here. Down below that, we've got what we call organic results. These have a lot more to do with how your website was built and how it was optimized on the website. If we scroll down about halfway down the page, there's 10 of these listings per page. And so number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you're in the number 5 spot here, which is not bad, but it's also not great. It's not going to generate nearly the amount of traffic that these up here generate or even these right in here, just because it's further down the page. And so people are going to hit the first couple results that seem to match their criteria. They're going to call and get information, and there's a good chance that being halfway down the page, you're going to miss out on that business. So I think there's some room for improvement there, particularly in getting into these local results. Next up here, I searched Memphis tree removal. Same deal, you've got some competitors here in the local results, but you're not in here, you're nowhere to be found. And then if we scroll down, you're at the number 10 position, so all the way at the bottom of the page here on this particular search for Memphis tree removal. So again, there's definitely some room for opportunity to move up these search results and generate more business through your website. And the last search I did here is Memphis Treehouse builders, just because I thought that was such a unique keyword. And as you can see, Google didn't show us a local listing here for this one. Google doesn't always show that local listing, so I'm not terribly surprised. I'm curious if we did some work to your website, if we could potentially make Google display a local listing that only shows you instead of showing a 3-pack there. So we might be able to move you into that top spot there. If not, then at least optimizing you to try to move you up these organic results and get you up here in the top, 2 or 3 spots could definitely show you a better return on investment from your website there. Now, you do show up on this page, but you're in the number 8 spot down here almost at the bottom of the page. So I think there's, again, definitely some room for improvement. In terms of search engine results, I think your website looks really nice. It's just search engine stuff where I think there's the most opportunity for you. In addition to that, I mean, there are some other things that we could do that could really improve your bang for your buck from your internet marketing. For example, creating some videos. showing some videos of tree houses that you built, or if we're talking about tree removal, showing some videos of some tree removal projects that you've got, doing a nice voiceover, having an interview with you talking about, why your services are different and why you're a trustworthy and reputable business in the area and things like that. And then optimizing those videos to rank well in the search engines. Ranking a YouTube video these days is solid gold, and it's easier to rank a video than it is a website a lot of times. And so I think if we could rank your website in the top 10, so let's say Memphis tree removal is the search result we're talking about. If we could rank your website in the top 10 and rank a YouTube video right up near the top of the page, and maybe even rank some of your other listings, your Better Business Bureau listing or your Yellow Pages listings, the more of your listings that we can push to the top of the search results page, the more of your competitors that get knocked off the bottom of the search results page. So that's really the strategy here is how do you put as many of your properties or as many of your listings at the top of the search results as possible, which in effect will push your competitors out and increase the likelihood that you get the business instead of them. So that's kind of the strategy I'd like to look at with you if all this is sounding good to you so far. All right, so I'm going to look at a couple more things. We'll wrap this up. So I'm going to go back to your home page here real quick. And I noticed you don't have a home button. You might consider adding a home button over here. I know your logo does it. That's kind of universal, but not everybody knows that. Adding a home button here might make this a little more intuitive. All right, so I've got this little utility installed here on my browser. This is a Google Tag Assistant. It scans your website and looks for Google tags anywhere on the website. Now, specifically, I was looking for Google Analytics, and as you can see right here, it shows that you do have Google Analytics installed. That's great. I'm curious to know whether or not you actually look at your Google Analytics and whether you understand the data that you're looking at when you see it. Google Analytics tells you how many visitors are coming to your website, what they're looking at while they're there, how did they get to your website, and then what action do they take? Do they land on your homepage and immediately leave, or do they click through a few pages and then finally go to your contact page and fill out a form to get more information? So it really helps you to gauge the return on investment that you're getting from the website to ensure that your website's doing well as a marketing tool for your business, that you're getting a good return on your marketing dollars. If you're aware of the Google Analytics and you're not reviewing it, or I would certainly encourage you to. But if you've got access to it and you just don't understand what you're looking at and you want to talk through it, give me a call. I'll be glad to walk you through a Google Analytics report and explain the important metrics that you need to be looking at and things like that. All right, then one last thing I'm going to look at. This is another little tool I've got installed here on my browser. This is a quick page SEO audit. So it tells us some of the things that have been done on your website to optimize for the search engines. The first thing I'll look at is the title tag. A good title tag should have keywords in it. It'll make a big difference in how well you rank in the search engines. And this is a pretty good title tag. Yours is Memphis Tree Service Company, Red's Tree Service. I like that title tag. You want to make sure you have good title tags on all the pages throughout your website, but your title's pretty good here. Now, this is a problem. You're missing your meta description. A meta description is the little description text that displays below your listing in the Google results. By including a great meta description, a good descriptive, compelling meta description on your website, it gives you the ability to tell visitors why they should click on your link in the search results instead of somebody else's. So not having a meta description means that Google's just going to grab some random text to describe your website, and you're kind of at the mercy of whatever Google grabs. I'd encourage you to add a good compelling meta description there. It could mean the difference between you getting the click from Google or one of your competitors getting the click, which ultimately, could be the difference of you getting the new customer or your competitor getting the new customer. Next up, headings. Headings are real important to search engine results. I like to see keywords in your headings. And these are okay. You've got Red's Tree Service is one of them. Here's Memphis Tree Service, but that's an H2. It would be better if that was an H1. So heading tags are categorized from H1 through H6, with H1 being the most important. So I would recommend maybe tweaking the heading tags a little bit. Looks like you've got some problems with image descriptions here. Google doesn't understand pretty pictures. They understand the text, and so alt text here will describe the images for Google. Looks like that's messed up. They suggest adding more text to your website, as I've already talked about. and then it says you're not using micro formats. So I won't get too bogged down in all the technical complexities here, other than to say there are some things that we could be doing to improve your search engine rankings and help you get more bang from your website buck. So I'm going to wrap it up right there. I hope this was informative to you. My goal here is to become a resource to you. Ultimately, I want to earn your trust and earn your business. I want to be your go-to website guy. So if you like what you've heard so far, if you want some help improving your search engine rankings, or moving some videos up into the search results to help you gain more business from the Google search, I'd absolutely love to talk to you about that. So I'm going to send this audit over to you in just a couple minutes by email. And if you like what you see, give me a call. My cell phone number is 901-491-6490. 901-491-6490. And if I haven't heard from you in a couple days, I'll follow up just to make sure that you got the email, see if you have any questions, see if there's anything that I can help you with. So thanks a lot for taking the time to watch. I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Bye-bye.